Okay, I'm sorry. I like the music. What's going on tonight? This is Let's Talk with Sheila. I'm glad to be back. I'm glad that you're here with me tonight. It's been a long time coming. I haven't been on for a while, and it's only because I've been doing some projects that I'm really excited to share. It's not the time tonight to share them, but as soon as the projects come to how should I say, evolution, as far as they're actually ready to start, then I'll share it. It's because it has been a process and it's been really rewarding and I feel really good. But this is not why I'm here today. Tonight I'm actually here because I've been watching SWV and Escape and their reality mini series, because I think it's only 6 episodes. And it's been very interesting. But one of the things that tonight I want to talk about, which everybody's talking about, is Latasha, Tamika, and their mother. So the last episode, Tamika is cooking dinner and she's invited her mother over, and her mother's on her way over. And so her mother comes in. And basically, this is from the episode before when Natasha, Tamika, and her mom was actually trying to have a conversation at the mother's house. And it was just the way the mom kind of treated Tamika, but Tamika got really frustrated. And she just kind of blurted out and just kind of said what's been on her mind, that Latasha and Rocky stole her money. Rocky is Latasha's husband, and they pretty much stole her money. And the mom was so defensive. I've never seen a mom so defensive because one of your daughters sharing what happened. It happened. It's not like this is something that's completely made up. And the mother, she's probably a reverend, and so she's very religious. Um, and she just wasn't hearing it. She didn't want to hear it. She didn't want to discuss it. And Tamika got really like loud and volatile. You could tell how she was really hurt. You could tell like this had really hurt Tamika, that they took her money. And Latasha pretty much just sat there like, "What are you talking about? I would never do that. What is wrong with you?" And I don't know. Latasha, she's almost like a stepfoot wife. She's just so calm, and she just can shake stuff off, and she can pretend like nothing is going on. Reality is not really reality. It's like she's living in a delusional world. And she never told her sister, like, she never denied it. She never said, "No, that's not true. I didn't take your money. If you have proof, show me." But Latasha, Tamika made it very clear. Tamika was like, "Look, I have the evidence and I can still press charges." And Mama was carrying on, and Tasha was, and eventually told the cameras to cut it off. So this episode that I want to speak about, um, Mom came to see Tamika. Tamika was kind of, you could see that Tamika's in a weird place with her mother, and it's so unfortunate. I have children, and I would never want to be in that kind of place with my grown kids, especially if I had been through a situation where I raised them after my husband left. So my husband divorced me, he left me, and I had to raise Tamika and Latasha. I would be just distraught if I had the kind of relationship Tamika has with her mother, and it was all over the camera, all over for the world to see. And it kind of definitely saddened me, but at the end of the day, I met I met women like her mom. Her mom's probably my age, maybe a little younger. No, I'm probably younger. But anyway, um, and I've met people who they do have a preference, they do have a favorite. They would never tell you. they hold secrets, families with secrets that they don't share. And then they do what they call gaslighting, now is what you call it. But yeah, they do tend to make the person that they're treating, mistreating, feel like they're the problem. That's what they do. And so that's what happened. That's what's happening with Tamika. So what I do, I have a recording, and let's just listen to the recording, and then I'm gonna comment on it. So give me a minute to get my recording, because again, I haven't been on here in a while. And let's see. Let's listen.
It's already. I just want to make things right. The last time we talked, it really broke my heart. You know they stole my money. Ain't nobody stole it. You know they did. You tell me what is really going on between you, me, and Tasha. Because you always show favoritism, Mama. I show favoritism? Yes, ma'am. In what way do I show favoritism? You allow her to express herself. I allow her to express herself because she do not come at me in a disrespectful way. When it comes to escape business, you're not the fifth member. You're wrong when you disrespect me. You're wrong when you talk to me in a kind of way. Okay, I am the fifth member. When I first put that microphone in your hand when you was a little girl, I am the fifth member. When your daddy walked out on me and he didn't care whether we swim or sank, I am the fifth member. How about?
So let's stop there. So all of this is based on, she's still dealing with her husband who left her years ago, because from the way it seemed, those young girls were little girls when the father left. And she still has like resentment, like real resentment, because her husband left her with those two girls, to her daughters. And she had to be there for them and support them. Well, unbeknownst to a lot of people, that's what single mothers do. They take care of their kids. They don't sit there and separate them and play them up against each other just because someone leaves. Yeah, I'm sure she had a great life. She probably was a homemaker. She probably took care, of the house. But there again, this is what you deal with when you are a single mother. You work, you take care of your kids as best you can, and you prepare them for the future. So by her putting a microphone in their hand, that was something that she was doing to prepare them for the future. But that's not her future. See, she was already living her life. And for her to be like holding grudges against children, maybe because one looked more like the father or acted like the father, and she's so hurt that she treated this young lady all her life. Tamika made a comment that the only time her mama was happy was when she followed up with her sister and was pretty much submissive. She said her mom treated her so well then. That's when she got love. And that's really unfortunate. So let's go and finish listening to this.
I think a lot of my mom's hurt comes from her and my father's divorce. She was a housewife. And when they broke up, it was like we had to struggle. We went through a lot. I really don't think she healed from that. I don't deserve disrespect on no level. I feel like I get beat up on because when my mom looks at me, she see my dad. I'm a daddy's girl. We act just alike. I'm that silent member that keep you and Tasha together. No, Mama. That show you right, tell you right and wrong, whether you want to believe it or not. I'm wrong, Mama. You that fifth member that tells me I'm wrong. You. But I'm not always wrong, Mama. Tasha is crushed at you. No, she's not.
Who tells mom that she's wrong? Because obviously, mom, no one has told mom that you are dead wrong. First of all, to be in the middle of this, and then also to take sides. How does Tasha feel? What about Tamika? How does Tamika feel? And what Tamika said, was it valid? Was it true? Maybe we should start there. But mom is so defensive. It's almost like Tamika can say anything. She treats her like a little child even now. So I can imagine how she treated her when she was younger.
Telling you done talking about her husband. Only time I say anything about him when he insert himself into my business. Tamika, if you can sleep at night, how? And I can sleep at night. Yes, if he in my business, he taking money from me and my family. But if I can sleep at night, taking money from you. As hard as you going for them, I wish you would go as hard for me. Well, I brought you here today. You said I disrespected you, and I'm sorry for disrespecting you. But if you can't respect me as an adult and my feelings, then I'm gonna have to step back. I can't keep getting beat up on. I've been getting beat up my whole life. Tamika, look at me. Look at me. I'm your mom. Look at me. I love you. Always have and always will. And if you feel like that I've been less than a mom to you and more of a mom to Tasha, well, then I'm sorry. Look at me. I'm here for you. You hear me? I love you more than anything. I love my mother. But for the first time, I put my foot down. My baby girl, you always will be. Hopefully we can move forward to having a healthy, adult, respectful relationship. I love you.
Whew, that was a lot. So where do I begin? Pretty much, I just want to say I feel really bad. Even though I guess my reviews may seem, I don't know what my reviews say. So maybe you should let me know. What's my review right now? Because I'm very passionate for this, and it's funny because this kind of has bought me out of retirement because I haven't been reviewing lately because I am so passionate, and I do feel very bad. I feel terrible for Tamika. I feel terrible for Latasha, and definitely for Mom. Um, Mom needs to do some work. She needs to really maybe go speak to somebody, and I'm not saying somebody in the church. She needs to go outside the church, maybe to somebody professional, and maybe she needs to speak to somebody about what is really going on with Mom. Has she let it go that her husband left her years ago? And why did that affect her so much, and why is it still affecting her to right now? Um, but I also wanted to share. I have a very good friend. She has a YouTube channel. Her name is modafromama, and so she did a review tonight on the same subject that we're talking about now, Latasha and her mother. And she had a completely different perspective. And her perspective really came from the angle that Tamika really shouldn't have been so outspoken about this situation. Tamika should have let this go. This is her mother. She can't, she should treat her mother, with reverence. And I agree with that. I agree with that. But at the same time, her opinion was different from mine. So, with that being said, if you want to go over to Maud Afro Mama's channel and look at her review, and then come back and where you're watching my review and just comment. Let me know, do you think that I'm very off from what I think, or do you think I'm on track? Like I'm on the money, because the question is, if this happened, why would any mom not hold the daughter that actually did this to her sister accountable? And until people are held accountability, and it looks like Latasha is definitely not being held accountable with her mother. Her mother's definitely holding Tamika accountable for everything. Looks like she's held Tamika accountable for her whole life. But Latasha has definitely been her glory child. And I think it's time for mom to give some tough love to Latasha and let her know nothing's good is going to come to you when you don't treat people right, and especially your family and your loved ones. So with that being said, I want to say thanks for sharing this few minutes with me. I'm glad to be back, and we'll talk soon. Have a good one.